First of all, a very happy International Women's Day to all of you.
Yes, happy Women's Day to everyone, all the women's out there.
So on this day, we thought about asking a very crucial question, that are women traders better than men? Okay, and why we came across this as, like, if you see internationally or even in India, primarily the ratio is 90-10. Like 90% of the traders or investors are men, and merely 10% or even lesser than that are women. Like Apeksha, you are
Yes.
going through a stat.
Yeah, even I came across one stats which had the number of demat accounts that are there in India, and approximately 75% are in the name of men and 25% are in the name of women. But the case is that the 25% accounts that are there in the name of women, they may not be handled by women. It may be handled by their brothers or maybe husband. So yeah, the account handlers may be different in this scenario.
So I had my sister's account and I was handling the account.
Yeah,
So there it's there.
yes, here we have one example.
So that is something which is there. Why? Because there are certain myths that are involved. I believe maybe because of that the women participation is less.
So there are a lot of myths, negative sentiments that are sort of attached to trading and investing. So people say that it is a lot of hassle is involved in this. It is confusing. Plus there's a lot of math involved. So, and it is in general considered to be a complicated thing. That is why maybe people are not willing to invest or maybe trade into the markets.
So there is also a general notion that trading is gambling.
Yeah, Satta Bazaar.
Satta Bazaar.
What people
So
say.
usually Satta Bazaar or trading usually involves a lot of men, and that is why women are little away because of that. And that is maybe
Yes.
the reason also can be
Yeah.
something called as. But like that is something which I think is changing, and as like Apeksha over here is a prime example which we can talk about.
Yeah, so I am a trader. I started, I am into markets since the last 3 years. I started investing right from the age of 19, and from past 6 months I've also started trading. So I think by the end of this video we can prove the myths that are there wrong, and we can prove that investing and trading is something that you can get into if you love markets, if you love finance and economy.
So in my experience, like I have been in the industry for past 9 years now, and what I have noticed is like seeing my mother, my sisters, or my friends around, what an advantage a women have, and what is that
Yes.
specific to trading. You can do your analysis, like be it technical research, fundamental research, any derivatives or anything. But the most important aspect for trading is 30 or 70%. That is what I always call. 30% is research or analysis. 70% is your emotional state or your psychological state. And if someone who can manage when your own money is involved, when you manage that, those are the more successful people or traders out there who manage their emotional state when their whole money is involved in those areas. So that is something which I believe, and I was just, while going through these videos, I was going through a lot of stuff, and I read a few reports as well. Plus my personal experience as I was trying to share. Women are better in handling their emotions. So
Yes.
that is something which they are. Plus you talk about women, they are very much averse about risk, what is happening with their risk. They can control that. Men, with men, first of all, there is common notion, there is a lot of ego that is involved, acceptance of anything that is wrong. We tend to take it with a hard punch on our face. So if you're wrong, we generally do not accept. Plus the high levels of testosterone. When the markets are there, we tend to trade a lot. So these are the few things which
Yes.
keep us behind. But that is exactly what you need to be a successful trader, and I feel that is something which is there in women, and they
Yes.
can manage their trades very wonderfully.
Now why we are saying this is because we in fact came across this study which was done on I think around 330 interns in one company. They were just junior analysts who had just begun. Both were there, men and women were a part of it, and that is where they proved the point that Ritesh was just trying to explain you all, that men are the ones who are taking more risk. They will try to get into each and every trade that they come across, but at the same time women are the one who are psychologically, mentally more stable than them. So the study eventually proved that all of them made losses. Why? Because they were juniors,
Freshers,
and they
yes.
were junior analyst freshers, but women were the ones who made less loss compared to men, and they were the ones who had proper risk management abilities.
So there was one point also over there, that women traded less. Okay,
Yes.
so there were less trades taken by them. So in trading, this is also a very important aspect
Yes.
because slippages, brokerages also plays a very important role. And if you trade less, you
Yeah.
tend to miss out on those expenses which you incur, and you make more profits as
Exactly.
well. And that is probably a reason they made less losses. So on this note, there was like, I want to talk about a quote which was taken by a trader, and she's a lady, Karen. You are the best person to manage your money. No one else can manage your money better than your own self. And that
Exactly.
is what I tend to always believe. You can learn any number of analysis, anything that you want, but when your money is there, your analysis is there, no one can beat you. And that is why I feel like your own analysis is something which is very important. And here also, I think women have an advantage in self-analysis as well. So that is something,
Yes.
also something which is a point where
Yeah.
women can be.
In general, in our households, even our mothers are the ones who sort of take care of the entire expenses of the family. They are the money managers at our home. So even if she's not the earning member, the earning members will give her the money.
yeah.
Yeah, right, and she's the one who takes care of the entire thing. So I think,
Yeah, it is
same goes
instilled.
with
Yeah.
investing and trading.
So it's instilled in us, like our moms, since late. I mean, earlier as well, they were the one who were given all the expenses, monthly
Exactly.
expenses, and then they manage. Again, when they manage the expenses, they shop groceries. I'm not just shopping, yes, I mean,
Yeah.
but all the other things as well. So that is also directly connected to the market.
Yeah, so now if we go out in the market, if we are buying something, those products are also the products of companies that are listed in the market. So if you look around, there is Godrej that is listed in the market. We usually come across a lot of products of Godrej. There is Hawkins that is there in the market. So if you look around, there are products that are in the market, and that is what you have to analyze if you are particularly going to invest into markets.
So there are women traders as well. We would like to take few examples of women
Yes,
traders.
we will talk
So-
about international traders and Indian.
So first
gold.
example is
Yeah.
like something, it's something which is our office favorite. Like if you
Yeah.
talk about us, Michelle Williams is the name. Okay, you might know her because she's an Hollywood actress. The recent movie that I saw her was Venom. She was also in the movie Manchester by Sea. I think she has done a lot of movies, and she is known as an actress in the Hollywood fraternity. But the thing about her is she's a daughter of Larry Williams. Now, who is Larry Williams? Larry Williams is, like, you also have an indicator by his name, Williams R. He was the one, like, till now it's a record that World Cup, there is a competition that happens every year. This is called as Trading World Cup. Okay, and Larry Williams was the one who made returns of 11,736%. No one till now has able to achieve that in this competition.
No one could beat that.
Yeah, so that is happened in 1987, and just after 10 years, Michelle Williams won this competition with 1,000% returns in this competition. So she is among the top 5 in that competition in terms of giving returns. So she, like father, like daughter, she was the one who is a trader, like, and she won this competition. There's one more person, like, she has a website. She's called as Lady F. Her name is Ina Rosputnia. Ina Rosputnia. So she was born and brought up and, like, from a small village in Ukraine. And then she is now in 2006. She was termed as the stock market queen, Wall Street queen. Okay, she made her $10,000 investment into 3 million. That is something which
That is huge.
Yes. So this is one there. When I started trading, I came across a book by Constance Brown, and the way, I mean, the swag at which she would write her in the book, and then she was to tell that you are not a trader until or unless you get the decimals point as an accuracy in your trading, until or unless you are not a trader. So that is something which was inspiring. She was the one, Constance Brown, which also inspired us. Like, we had a discussion how to have a trading strategy based on that. So primarily we are talking about international. There's one more woman, Geraldine Wiz. The story behind this was in late 1960s. that was the time when women were not encouraged in financial market, and she was the one who used to come up with a newsletter and give her financial advices and her trading ideas. People straight away rejected it. They felt that any woman is not capable of giving financial market ideas to us. So what she did was she changed the name. She came up with GWIS. Okay,
It
and
couldn't reveal that
the
it
gender
is a
is
female,
not,
yeah.
yes, and that got recognition. A lot of people subscribed to this newsletter, and after 10 years, when she was called for a TV show, that is the time it got revealed that, oh, she's a woman. So there are these inspiring stories which you can relate to.
Yes.
So you will thinking we are only talking about international,
Yeah,
right?
there are Indians out there also who are making it big. So we have one lady named as Sujata Burla over here. So this is the girl who met with an accident at the very early age of 21, and that is when she got paralyzed. So she could not walk.
Paraplegic.
Yeah, so wheelchair was required for her to move in different places. So that is when she thought of trading. She already had a textile business, but because of her conditions, she could not run that business properly, and even
Dad
people
passed
took
away in 2004, yes.
So her dad passed away. So that was the story that we were reading, and eventually she started trading, and as of now she makes 2 to 2.5 lakhs every month from trading. So that is something.
So when I
we
was
can-
reading like what happened, so she said that right now my only arms can move.
Yes.
Right. So for trading, you just need your brains and your arms. So that is enough for me to trade, and she is trading. And so what I feel like, if she can, why can't we, us all?
Exactly.
Right. So there are other.
We have Anu Rai even. So Anu Rai is a CS. She was a practicing CS, but she had to leave it for some family reasons. But then eventually again she got into trading, and now she's making it her a full-time thing. And
Practicing CS. Do you ring a bell?
yes. And yeah, so then we have Parul Sharma even. So she's an MBA. She completed her MBA, but again she could not do a full-time job. She had to leave her full-time job, but again she started with trading. So when we were discussing about or when we read about these ladies, there was one lady who sort of operates right from her kitchen. She uses her laptop, she takes it everywhere she goes, and there are people who get shocked as to what is she doing. So what is she exactly doing? But now since she is making good profits and with consistency, people are aware of what exactly she's been doing right from her family members. That is what she was saying.
So this is something which is there as an example.
Yeah.
I want all of you girls, women, to take you from this and then start a trading career.
Yeah. So the crux here that we want to tell you is that one thing is you have to understand how markets operate. Once you understand how markets operate, then it is about the psychology and sentiments that you have to take care of. And yeah, so you can use any methods. It can be fundamental analysis, technical analysis, or maybe a mix of it. Along with that, important thing is that you don't need to stick to your screen 8 hours or maybe 10 hours like you have to do if you have a full-time job, right? So you can decide the timing, you can decide the method that you want, and accordingly you can trade, right? So we are seeing people who are trading right from their home. Few are doing it along with their jobs. You can also, if you're a college student, you can even do it. A housewife can do it. Person who is earning can do it. So all of us have the option to do this, and necessarily you don't have to be in front of your screen. So that is one thing. Also, like we spoke about Sujata, who had a textile business earlier which she could not run properly. When we talk about business, there's a lot of investment involved. Along with that, you have to give that much time. You are dependent on different people for it, different stakeholders, be it your suppliers, customers. But when it is about trading, there is no dependability factor. So guys, this is one important thing. There's no dependability factor. It is only your research, your brain, and that's it, and the markets.
So like
Yeah.
you can pursue trading even when you are pursuing a different hobby like shopping or traveling.
Yes.
So trading can be done as well. So that is something which has no limitation. It does not require capital. You can start, just have a proper analysis structure, and you can start
Exactly.
trading. So that is something which is there, and there are so many examples which are there, like men and women otherwise.
Yes.
And you have an advantage. Why are you letting go that advantage?
Yes, the psychological and sentimental
Yes.
advantage that we spoke about. Yeah.
And so that's it. I hope this video encourages all women out there
I think we
to
have
trade.
proved our point
Yes.
that the common myths that we spoke about. So I think, like Ritesh
Yes.
is saying, you all will get inspired and maybe start trading, investing into the
So
markets.
that's it from us. Once
Yes.
again, happy International Women's Day.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.